George Washington. He was the first United States president and known as the father of the country. He born in Westmoreland County, Virginia, United States, on February 22, 1732. His father's name was Augustine Washington, and mother's name was Mary Ball Washington. His father was a planter and slaveholder, and mother was a farmer. George was the eldest of his parents' 6 children. George Washington spent most of his childhood on the Ferry Farm on the Rappahannock River, opposite Fredericksburg, Virginia. He began his education at home under a number of tutors, later attending school irregularly from the age of 7 to 15. His father died in 1743, which deprived him of overseas education. After his father's death, his half-brother, Lawrence Washington, a man of character and knowledge, became his guardian. By the age of 15, George Washington had completed his formal schooling. In 1748, at the age of 16, George Washington joined a professional survey team. By 1749, he obtained a surveyor's license from the College of William and Mary. His first assignment was to plot a 400-acre parcel of land, which he completed within 2 days. For the next 2 years, he continued working as a surveyor in the Culpeper, Frederick, and Augusta counties. By 1752, he had completed around 200 surveys, totaling over 60,000 acres of land, making enough money to buy land for himself. In 1752, he joined the colonial militia. At age 22, he became a major in the militia. By age 23, he was promoted to colonel and was in command of all the soldiers in Virginia. In 1758, Washington left the militia and went home to Mount Vernon. Then he was elected to Virginia's House of Burgesses. On January 6, 1759, Washington married a wealthy widow, Martha Dandridge Custis, at the age of 28. Surviving letters suggest that he may have been in love at the time with Sally Fairfax, the wife of a friend. George and Martha never had any children together, but they raised Martha's 2 surviving children. In 1775, George Washington was appointed general and commander-in-chief of the Continental Army. In the Battle of Trenton, the British Army had more soldiers and more supplies than Washington, but he didn't give up. On the night of December 25, 1776, he led his army across the Delaware River. The next morning, the troops launched a surprise attack on a Hessian outpost in Trenton, New Jersey, capturing nearly 1,000 prisoners. Another important victory in the Revolutionary War was at Yorktown. Washington and his men defeated the British, and they were forced to surrender. It was fought in 1781 and was the last major battle of the war. The American colonists had won. It took a few years for the newly freed colonies to create a strong government. But in 1787, the Constitution was created. Washington was inaugurated on April 30, 1789, taking the first presidential oath of office on the balcony of Federal Hall in New York City. The first United States Congress voted to pay Washington a salary of $25,000 a year. When his first 4-year term as president was up, voters elected him again. Washington died at home around 10 p.m. on Saturday, December 14, 1799, at the age of 67. Associate with men of good quality if you esteem your own reputation, "For it is better to be alone than in bad company," said George Washington,